And today we are going to focus on another aspect of spoken English. Rima, you know what happens most of the times when there is interview, right? Many people, they are afraid or they get nervous when they hear the word interview because they don't know where to start from. Actually, in an interview, there are many factors which are very, very important. And your performance is judged on the basis of how you have answered to the interviewer. As we know, there are two people, interviewer or interviewee. Right? So the interviewer is the one who will take your interview, and the candidate is known as interviewee. So today we are here to discuss about how to answer the strengths and weaknesses in an interview. What is
Yes.
your opinion, Rima? What do you think about it?
Yes, Drishika ma'am, I absolutely agree with you. So basically, people face lots of difficulties about this topic. Okay, they don't know what exactly to say. They try to say a lot of things, but unfortunately, they say something irrelevant, which ultimately doesn't sorry don't help them. So that is why the candidates need to know that what exactly they need to answer. I'm not saying that they have to memorize the answer, no, but
Yeah.
at least they should have the idea that what exactly interviewer wants to learn or wants to hear from you. That is why I think they should know little bit about the interviewer psychology, that why this question is asked to you. So then they can prepare themselves, and they can answer it accordingly. So definitely it is a very important question, because in most of the interviews this question is very common, that tell me about your strength and weakness. That is why they should prepare or think about this question beforehand. So do you agree with me, ma'am?
Yes, yes, I totally agree with you, Rima, because most of the times what happens, there are some probable questions which are repeated in a pattern in almost every interview. Okay, some exceptions are there, that's true. But there are possibilities also that the same kind of question may be followed in the same pattern. It might not be the same, but in same pattern. Now, one question, tell me about your strengths.
Hmm.
Another question, tell me about your weaknesses. So these are some very common questions that are asked in almost every interview. And if we are prepared, then that will be a strong point. That will be an advantage for ourselves. So definitely it's very important to prepare ourselves thoroughly before going to an interview. So today, as we have discussed, we will be sharing about the strengths and weaknesses, this how to answer this question. So Rima, you can start by yourself. What do you think? How can a candidate, when they are asked that tell me about your strengths, how should they answer?
Okay, so in my opinion, if the like what happens, that most of the people don't know, they say they generally give this kind of answer that my strength is I am a good speaker or something like that. Okay, there are lots of types of I mean skills are there. For example, soft skills, business skills,
Mhm.
management skills, so different type of skills. And under these skills are also there are lots of other skills. Okay, so first you
Right.
need to find out that how many skills are there, list it out, and try to find out which actually like what your actual strength is. Okay, like I always prefer that everyone should be honest regarding this answer. And so before being honest, at least you should have the knowledge that how many skills are there. So
Mhm.
first thing is, find out how many skills are there and which are highly in demand in job market. After finding out, evaluate which skills do you have, because the interviewer can ask the cross question. So which skills do you have? Do you have communication skill or leadership skill or empathetic skill? So which skill do you have? Okay, or you can meet the deadline. So find out your skill, your honest true potentiality. So just try to find out first, and after finding out, then you can prepare. But yeah, so this is the first stage. Secondly, I really feel that which is very important and very very like you need to prepare about it very much. So that is that your strength should be aligned with that job benefit. Okay, like you cannot say one strength which is not in relation with to that job. Okay, so that is
Mhm.
the most important part. For example, you have applied for data entry job. All right, so there you cannot say like you can say that's not a problem, but I I must say that you cannot say that leaders. My strength is I have a good leadership skill, because leadership skills, the like this skill, or I have like my strength is leadership skill. This is not related to data entry job. Okay, data entry job is all about meeting deadline. Okay, and taking pressure. So all these things. So this is the most important part. Your strength, which you will be telling over there, that should be aligned with the job requirement or job quality only, because that is what interviewer is trying to know from you, that why they should hire you. They will listen to your strength, then they will hire you, na. Basically there you are selling your potentiality. So that is what you have to be very like, you have to research, or you have to little prepare. Don't memorize the answer, just prepare a little bit. That is what I say. And whenever you thirdly, I want to say that whenever you are going to answer, okay, then you can say like this, that well, I really feel my first and foremost strength is this. You have to
Mhm.
say. After that, just explain that, because you can say like this, because I think I can do this and that. So explanation is needed. At least 2 lines explanation you have to give. And try to give more than one strength. It will it will leave a very good impact on the interviewer. At least two strength and explanation. I think that is the most what desired way to give answer of the strength one. What is your opinion regarding this, ma'am?
Right, right, Rima. That's a very great response. You explained it so nicely. I
Thank
totally
you.
agree that it is very important to be honest in an interview. And there are many instances where the interviewer, they already are having experience, so they can know that whether you are really being honest or you are just answering for the sake of answering. Okay? So it's
Yes.
always very important to be very honest. And I feel that while you are answering about your weakness, it is very
Yes.
important to be honest. But we need to make sure that when we are answering about our weaknesses, that weakness should not be related to the job. Because
Yes,
what
absolutely.
will happen? Yeah, it will act in the exact opposite way. Now, if I am applying for the job of a teacher and you are the interviewer, Rima, if you ask me what are your weaknesses, then if I say that I am bad at teaching, this is my
Yeah,
weakness, that will not
exactly.
be a good answer. You need to answer it in a strategic manner. You need to say that actually, I totally feel that I give my whole best whenever I'm working for something, and sometimes it hurts me because I give my 100% in that job. Now, then what happens? This weakness of yours can be a strong point for the company, right?
Exactly.
And sometimes what happens, you can also answer it in this way. If you have mentioned about your weakness, you can say that currently I am trying to work on it. I am trying to
Exactly.
work on it, and I am sure that in the upcoming months or in the upcoming days, I will be able to get rid of my weakness. I will be able
Absolutely.
to develop myself completely. So this is what we need to maintain a strategy. As you said that it's completely dependent on our potentiality. If your potentiality is good, then of course the company will hire you. No worries. And sometimes what happens that we always need to be very, very much diplomatic in answering the questions. It's not that I want, that's why I am answering. We need to think a lot, then only we should answer. Right? But one thing is very important. First is being honest. Second is you should always answer your weakness in this way. Well, I feel that my particular weakness is this. And I am currently working on that so that very soon I will get rid of it and I will give my whole potentiality. I will prove my potentiality to this company. Okay? This is how we can answer the question. And one more thing which I want to add, Rima, that sometimes what happens when people are asking about your weakness, we say, no, I think I am a perfectionist. Now, this is not the right way, I feel. Because it's like,
Exactly.
okay, we are not having any weakness at all. Is that possible? Everyone is having weakness. It might happen that you are not having that much of a weakness, but 1%, 2% we all are having. So we can answer it in this way that currently I am working on it. Right? What do you
Exactly.
think about it?
Yes. I absolutely agree with you. Even I think that interviewers they get very much impressed if you talk about your weakness. If you say I'm a perfectionist, I don't feel like I have any weakness. So it like they it offends them. So just don't give this. I mean, the candidates should not give this kind of answer. And as you said that you have to say about weakness that. Which are not directly connected to the company, like as you said, if I go for a teaching job I cannot say that I can't communicate properly or I get nervous to while communicating, so you cannot say like that. It will just ruin your interview. So as you said, we have to follow that one such weakness we have to say which is not that much, and I mean which will not negatively impact that job, so you have to say
Right,
like that. And of course you have to mention that I am trying to get rid of it. Sometimes interviewers also can ask that how are you trying to get rid of it. So some
right,
interviewers also do like that. And also you have to think beforehand that what type of things you will say about that I'm doing this and that, this kind of things. So don't say yourself that candidates should not say themselves that they are perfectionist. Mention weakness, definitely you should mention weakness. I absolutely agree with you, ma'am. Yes.
absolutely, absolutely. A great viewpoint. And now I think we can give a quick recap about what we have discussed so far so that the learners they can keep a tag that okay, these things are very important. So firstly, as you have discussed about the strengths, right? What are some of the ways by which we can answer about our strengths to the interviewer, right? So it is very important to be honest, to be humble, of course, right? And you should always answer it in this way, like these are my strengths, but we should make sure that that strength we are answering it is completely honest. We should not answer over the top, right? It's very, very important. And
Yes.
second is when we are answering our weaknesses, we should always make sure that the weakness that we are having, it should not be related to the job that we are going to do or for which we have applied for. Like as you said, when we are talking about being a teacher, you can't say that I'm bad at communication skills, my English is not good, I'm bad at being fluent at this particular language, because that is the strong point, and you are showing your weakness in this way. So there is no option in which there are chances of you getting hired. So it's very important that you are not having that weakness, which might prove to be difficulty in you being getting hired, right? But the strength should, as you say, the strength should have that character which will include the job that you have applied for. Like if I am a
Exactly.
teacher, I am very good at communicating with other people. I can easily understand what the pupil is thinking about. I can approach my students quite easily. So these are some of the strong points you can add. Right?
Yes.
So this was a quick recap, which in total says that. And yeah, one more thing, smile. What do you think? Is smile necessary in an interview?
Yes, absolutely. Like if you smile, then it feels like that you are confident. If you don't smile, then I think first of all, it indicates that you are nervous. Secondly, interviewer might think like you are a little bit rude or you are overconfident. So definitely, first people will see your look. I mean, the interviewer will see your looks, and then they will judge your potentiality. So smiling is the most important thing. Yes, you have to
Definitely.
smile as we are smiling right now. So everybody has to smile in the interview, but yeah, of course, limitations while not very much smiling. So you cannot laugh, you can smile, give a modest smile in the interview. Yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely. From time to time, keep a check that you are smiling for once or twice, not all the time. Right? It's very
exactly.
important. You have pointed out. Right. So I think that was all for today's session. We have discussed about how to answer this particular two questions in a very impressive way. And there are always exceptions. I always mentioned, Rima, that it might happen that whatever we said, you might not completely get it. So if it's not clear to you, you can watch this video once, twice, thrice, until and unless it's clear to you what we are trying to convey. And it is always very important to prepare ourselves beforehand because there are always some probable questions which you can expect that you will be asked in an interview no matter what. So I hope this video will be helpful for all the learners, and I think in the next session we can again come up with different topic. So thank you so much, Rima, for